And welcome back to Let's Play Disgaea, Hour of Darkness. Last time, we cleared the Beauty Castle and unlocked Marjoli for our party, who I'm not going to be using at all, unlike Prié. Now, between that video and this one, as you can see, I've done quite a bit of work. In particular, Karin has gone up quite a bit in her power. Ditto for Marina and Laharl, who have gained tons of sword levels as well as regular levels. Levi is the only character that I really have not done much work with at the moment, but I'm almost done with Marina. The baseline I want for my characters is to be at least level 1000. Karin's a little higher than that just because I needed her to be powerful to get her staff to a certain degree of power. Let's take a look at that. Let me see. I've got it on Yoinky Splink right now, as you can see, is tremendously more powerful. This level is absolutely necessary. We need a thief who is at least level 2139, and he is also going to be helpful for what we're doing in this video. Now, originally, I was planning on taking on Ball's Castle in this video, but I realized through a test run, I don't quite have the firepower to do that, and I'd rather go at it with a full team and not use any cheese strats to beat it, so we need a little bit more power. Now look at how strong the Galactic Staff is, and notice its level. It's level 98. Take a look at the Cosmic Blade that I currently have on Marina, also level 98. We want to dive in and go to floor 100. We're going to be seeing our first item gods in this video, and why we want to take on item gods. So let's start with the Cosmic Blade, because this will get us by far the best weapon in the game. So let's go on in. Now I do need another reason that we need a certain degree of power. As a matter of fact, we want as much power as possible, so I'm going to be moving the Galactic Staff and the Meow's Cat Ear back onto Karin. Let's just do a quick power restore here. Yoinky Splink, of course, only needs the raw experience levels to accomplish what we need. Oh, one other thing I want to go over. Right now, Karin is using a Galactic Muscle that I've leveled up instead of the Accelerator, because she needs a ton of HP. I was not able to... because she gets a huge 50% penalty to HP and defense, a single maxed out Infernal Armor is not going to help her out. I maxed out a couple Infernal Armors so that we'd have enough defense and HP for the fights that we're going to be getting into. But for Karin, she needs a little bit extra to guarantee survival, and Galactic Muscles, even a common one, at base, it gives 5,000 HP. Legendary gives 7,500 at base, so if you level these up, you get tons of HP, and it can thoroughly supplant defense if you're lacking that in areas. And since Karin gets such a huge penalty to defense, it's honestly easier to level these up to get her some extra survivability. But I'm getting a little off topic here. Let's dive into the Cosmic Blade and see why it is so worth it to go into floor 100 of these items. Now, one of the things I've been doing to train my characters incrementally as I'm doing item worlding is I just have them go out with a powerful weapon and just whack an enemy, get some experience, because the enemies get so high leveled as you travel deeper into the item world. Actually, might need a little bit extra to take this guy out. As they get so much more powerful as you travel deeper into the item world, if you have a maxed out statistician, you can guarantee at least 1 or 2 levels for everything you kill, and that adds up after a while if you deploy a character and just have them quickly bop something to get some EXP. Now, when preparing to take on an item god, you want to dive out and exit on floor 99 specifically, and we'll get into that once we get onto floor 100. So let's go into there. Sadly, Marina's not going to be a help out, which is a bit of a shame because she has a ridiculously high weapon level just because she builds up weapon EXP so much faster than Laharl. So she gets a ton more out of having the Cosmic Blade equipped, but I don't want to use her. Now, the reason we want to dive in at floor 99 and not floor 100 is that when you're going through the item worlds of weapons, and it's a legendary weapon, when you get to the item god, they will have a weapon equipped that is 1 level higher or 1 rank higher than the rank of the weapon you are in. For the item world of a legendary Cosmic Blade, the item god will be wielding the almighty Yoshitsuna. This is the best weapon in the game, and as you notice, it has a unique icon for its weapon graphic. So we want to have Yoinky Splink head out and take that right away. And you're going to see why, because this guy is... Just look at those stats. He is much harder to kill if you let him keep this thing, and obviously we want it for our own purposes. So let's take that, and just to see how much his stats have dropped there. And let's take a look at that thing. Check this out. At base, the Yoshitsuna has 6,000 attack power and gives plus 1,500 to all your stats. The amount this increases by when you start leveling it is absurd. This is a crazy good weapon, so much better than anything else in the game. It has by far the best stats in the game, and I'm going to be leveling this up for Laharl and passing down the legendary Cosmic Blade to Marina. That's going to give me 2 extremely powerful fighters with swords. Now, I mentioned that when you're going for stealing on item gods, you want to dive out at floor 99. If we were to use a Mr. Gansey's exit to leave at floor 100 and we came back in, the item god would no longer have the weapon equipped for whatever reason. It's really silly, but yeah, you need to steal it on the first opportunity you're there, and if you are trying to get a weapon of a specific rarity, which obviously you're looking for something that's legendary, you need to dive out at floor 99 to make sure that you're able to get that. Now, that's not a concern for rank 40 weapons, because rank 40 weapons, by default, are always legendary. They will never be of the rare or common variety, so you don't have to save scum a bunch. I actually did get a legendary Fenrir and save scummed a legendary Infernal Gun, just so I can get something better for Levi. I got the legendary Fenrir on him right now, because I haven't had a chance to level up the Infernal Gun, and we'll definitely be picking up the rank 40 gun at some point also, because that is also a pretty good weapon. So we want to take this as seriously as possible. We want to clear out all these enemies so that we're not taking tons of damage. So let's have Laharl head over with a Dimension Slash over here, and we'll get to see the fruits of his labor building up his weapon level. I'm pretty much done actively grinding up weapon levels, because getting them the rest of the way isn't going to give us that much of a power increase. We can probably expect that Marina will max out her weapon mastery just because she gets it so much faster with Laharl if she has the Arms Master. I gotta get Levi up to level 200 with guns so that he's getting more out of that. We're probably going to see a Geochain here. I wasn't really paying much attention to the kind of effects that we're dealing with. But, okay, no, we did it. Oh, it survived. Is that an invincibility effect? Yes, it is. That might be something we have to concern ourselves with. So, with the leveled up Infernal Armors I got on everybody right now, plus the stats that they're just getting from their weapon mastery and the stats that they get from having the weapons equipped, we shouldn't be too concerned. The item gods, they prefer to attack with their weapons, so they'll usually go up and ineffectually punch you. Though as you can see, because he's just so strong, that punch, even without any weapon, is still pretty dangerous. So luckily, it looks like we don't have too much to worry about as far as the enemies aggressing on us in a really nasty pattern. So let me see here. We should be able to have Levi take out the Samurai, and then we can start going to work on the item god. Okay, I'm going to get rid of these geo effects because these ones are really obnoxious. That is why you have a scout in your party. Sometimes you just get really lousy geo effects. Clone is actually also pretty bad. I might want to look for and get rid of that. We definitely don't want the item god being cloned. Let's see here. We don't want our own characters being cloned either. Oh, where the heck is it? Let's see. Of course it's as far away as possible. That might be something we have to deal with. Let me see. I don't want anybody standing on the clone panel, so we're just going to take out that guy. And let's move away from the clone panel, just so we don't have to worry about the item god being cloned. We're just going to take a quick shot at him. Hopefully he'll break towards the scout instead. Okay, yeah, he stayed away from the clone panel, so we don't have to worry about that. Oh dear, Levi's about to get killed. Okay, oof, that was close. Let's bring out Priye and have her heal him. I leveled up Omega Heal a bunch so that she can make good use of that. Want to stay away from the clone panel. Honestly, I'll probably throw the item god onto the defense -50 panel, since that's actually pretty handy. Yeah, Omega Heal, best healing spell in the game, and heals quite a bit, even if you don't have a intelligence-focused character. 65,000 HP, not bad at all. Let's have Misty come out, and we will chuck the item god onto one of these defense-lowering panels. If I can get the diagonal, which I did. Alrighty, and now we want to start wailing on this guy, so back up here. Yeah, we'll go back so Levi is not standing on the defense-lowering panel. We'll just unload our full salvo onto this guy. And this should do some pretty good damage to them. Item gods have tons of HP. In the millions by default. So we got quite a bit to chew through, even with our considerable power at this point. But we should be able to handle it no problem. Maybe I could have brought in another one of my galactic staves for Yoinky Sploink just to get him to contribute in some combo damage, but wasn't too necessary, I didn't feel. Alright, so it's going to take a little while to whittle this guy down. Because I have other things I want to get to in this video, we're just going to cut ahead to when this guy dies, so see you in a bit. Alright, and that is the Item God dusted and the Legendary Cosmic Blade cleared. For defeating Item Gods, you also get a considerable boost to the stats of your weapon. Check that out, we just got another additional 4,000 attack power right there. Pretty good stuff. But of course, the real prize that we got is the Yoshitsuna. I am absolutely going to level that up, going to get that to level 90 most likely, and that will help us a ton with the fights that we need to get into. Let me see, I'll get that Cosmic Blade back onto Marina. And now, we want to dive into the Galactic Staff. This one I'm probably not gonna bother slaughtering the Item God, just so we can get to the next point of interest for this video a lot quicker. Let's go into this, and once again, we want to start at floor 99, so that when we return to the Item God actually still has his weapon. Let's see, yep, oh, that's very convenient. The game is actually deciding to make it easy for me to get these things quickly. And we've got another Item God. This guy comes with the all-powerful Omniscient Staff. Sadly, it does not get a unique weapon graphic like the Yoshitsuna does. Yoshitsuna is the only weapon that gets a unique graphic. So once again, we're just going to have Yoinky Splink grab these. I believe to steal from an Item God, you need to have a level 1968 Thief, I believe, and that's if you don't have any stronger enemy builds in effect. Obviously, if the enemies are stronger, you need a little bit more. The reason you need a level 2139 Thief specifically is that the guy I want to steal from is level 4000, and that's the level you need to steal from a level 4000 enemy. But yeah, so we've got the Omniscient Staff. Take a look at that, and look at just how much weaker this is than Yoshitsuna. Half the stats across the board. But that's still amazing. This is going to give huge boosts to Karin once we level it up. Again, like the Yoshitsuna, I'm going to get this to level 9000, or not level 9000, level 90. And one thing to note is this is something that is kind of important right now, is paying attention to the weapon's rarity. Now, I don't like doing this too much, but it certainly can't hurt if you want to maximize the effectiveness of your character. When you equip weapons or items that have matching rarity, you get an additional 10% to the stats provided by those weapons for every matching rarity against your equipment. So if you have take a look at Karin's Meow's cat ears and the Omniscient Staff. If we equip that, you'll notice that the boost we get to intelligence, well, okay, it'd be a lot easier to notice if we didn't have the weapon mastery, but say we were at base, the boost would be 10% higher because we have matching rarity with the Meow's cat ears, which are also rarity 2. And if all of these were also rarity 2 items, we would get 30% boost to the stats on top of what we normally get from equipping them with our other modifiers. Something to keep in mind, the Yoshitsuna is rarity 0, which is an easy one to shoot for if you're looking to maximize that. So like I said, let's just get on with this. I don't really care about the boost the Item God gives to the Galactic Staff, since I'm only really using one dedicated staff user at this point. I don't care if the Galactic Staff is as strong as possible, because I'm just going to level up the Omniscient Staff anyway. So let's just say bye-bye to this guy. We got what we wanted from him. And that's still a very powerful weapon, so no skin off my nose there. Let's just move on with our day with that. We've got the Omniscient Staff. I recommend for stealing to have, let's see, we want to equip the Galactic Staff, to have 4 Bandit Hands on hand at all time. Hey, get it? On hand. So that we can always have options available for stealing stuff if we come across anything good, like Legendary Galactic Muscles. Those are always good to have a good amount of. Now that we've gotten the weapons that we want, and I'm going to be leveling these up because they're going to give huge returns to the stats of our characters. There's our Bandit's Hands. Let's just go over the other things. I briefly mentioned this, but I've been leveling up some Infernal Armors. As you can see, at level 100 with all the Generals, Kings, and Gods slain, give 11,872 additional defense, plus 2,872 additional HP, and a little bit more attack power. Actually, I think that's slightly influenced by the specialists on them. I think at base it should be 2,800. So, But yeah, that's still a pretty good boost when we start factoring in level modifiers, and it only goes up more if you have specialists attached to these. I probably will start passing these around a little bit once I get the weapons leveled up, because we're going to get so many more stats. In particular, I'm probably going to give Laharl's over to Levi, just so I don't have to bother leveling up another armor for him, and I'll probably move all those specialists over to the Infernal Armor I pass on to them. I also leveled up Arcadia a ton. I could probably get this up to level 90 now to get even more out of it, which I may or may not do, but that's just going to be something that we'll get to later. Now, we are actually going to dive a little bit into Baal's Castle, because we can easily complete the first level of Baal's Castle, Patriarch's Seal, right now. As you can see, the enemies in this chapter, we've got a bunch of certs, and they are level 1500 with a, okay, well, it's a cert. The cert is the one in the back. These are Ifrit demons, I believe. Yes, okay. 3 level 1500 Ifrits, and a level 2000 cert in the background. And you notice that the cert has some pretty high stats, so we're actually going to do something here. We're going to send Levi, actually, no, wait, no, not Levi. We're going to send Misty out, and we're going to chuck this Ifrit onto the cert there. And instead of actually engaging him in combat, we're going to throw out some of our guys here. Going to throw out one of my thieves, toss him up. We're going to toss the cert back, and we're going to do something we haven't done in a very long time for this Let's Play. We're going to capture a monster. So you notice this cert is level 3500, but his stats still pale in comparison to my dedicated fighters. So we're going to lift him up and chuck him into the base panel. And I've gone over this in a dedicated video in a separate playlist, but when you toss monsters into their base panel, their SP is released in a sort of SP explosion, applying random damage to all your party members, and then they engage your party members in one-on-one battles until either they die or your party members die. But as you can see, that guy was no match for our party members. So we were able to take him out no problem. Now we're just going to head out, clean up these guys. We can use a Gigastar with the scattered pattern to just take these guys out. If you were doing this fight normally without any capturing, you would just come out, do that, take out the 3 Ifrits, and then let the cert close in. Laharl is more than capable of tanking the damage he puts out at this point. And let's go back and heal, and take a look at our newly obtained demon. So, yeah, let's just take a look at him. Level 3500, but let's say we put some equipment on him. So, let's look for a couple of good pieces of equipment. We'll take Levi's Arcadia. We'll take Laharl's Infernal Armor. And we'll go to Prié. We'll take her Lucifer Force and her Accelerator. And let's just throw that on the cert that we just captured with basically no effort and see how that affects him. Oh, did that stuff go into my storage? Okay, yeah, it went in my storage. So, a little bit of menuing I have to do here. So, let's get the Lucifer Force, the leveled up one. Let's throw this Infernal Armor onto him. Let's see, we wanted the Arcadia. Should have cleaned out my inventory a little bit better. And just look at how much his stats are going up from all this stuff. And let's equip the Accelerator onto him. And let me clean out my inventory so I can do this a little bit better here. Let's get rid of this and put away some of these Accelerators and the Angel Sandals. I don't need those clogging up my inventory at the moment. I can grab those later. Now let me pass a couple stronger enemy bills real quick, so give me a moment. Alright, so here we are back at Patriarch's Seal. I've passed 3 stronger enemies bills, and this should allow me to get this the way I want it. Now, what I'm doing here is... oh, wait, wrong character. What I'm doing here is a little risky, but I think it should work out the way I'm hoping it will. So let's throw this guy over. Let's have Yoinky Sploink come out, since he's not really equipped for fighting. Throw this guy over. We'll deploy that Majin that I created. I just made a Majin for fun while I was messing around. Notice how this guy is at level 7,218. Let's throw him onto the cert. And with just 3 stronger enemies bills pass, we've got a level 9,999 enemy. Alright, I'm going to do something else real quick. I'm just going to throw a thief over. Actually, no, wait. Never mind. Hopefully this will work out the way I'm intending it for it to. We should be fine to do this. So let's throw this guy over here. There is a chance that I'll lose here, but we should be able to defeat this guy. So let's toss him into the base panel, see what happens. So he's going to start wreaking havoc inside. I probably should have stolen his equipment before I fused them together. But I did make a save before this in case this fails. This guy does have a chance of defeating our characters at this point. Okay, so this fight's going on a lot longer than the previous one did. Marina should be able to beat him, though. Oh, nope. Base panel was destroyed. It looks like he took out my guys. So, yeah, let's quit there and reload the file. That's a good thing I saved. We're going to approach that a little bit differently this time. So, what we want to do here is... whoops, wrong file. Alright, so I had to redo this a couple times, but we're back in the Patriarch Seal, and I have passed 3 Stronger Enemies build. Now, take a look at all the... enemies here, 2,406. I add all these guys together to get it up to, what is that, let's see, 7,218, I think? And I throw it onto the cert in the back. That'll just add up to 9,999, the cap. Now, I do have a bit of a thing in place to make sure that this goes smoothly, and I'll go over that in a little bit. But we do actually want to take this very carefully, because trying to capture a level 9,999 enemy is no joke. We want to make sure we deploy all our weakest characters to get these guys put together, so I'm just going to have Etna throw Jennifer out here. We're going to throw this guy on to this guy, and before we combine the cert, we want to deploy Yoinky Sploink. And we want to steal his Lucifer Force. That's not where I want him to stand. Right here should be good. So we want to steal the Lucifer's Force off of him, because he's getting a pretty sizable attack power bonus from that. We take that away. It'll bring him down to the 80,000s or so, and that should make him a lot more manageable once we finally combine him with the last cert. So once again, we deploy our Majin here, throw him onto the cert, and you probably noticed what I've got in place as a bit of emergency insurance here in case we fail the capture, but I'll go over that in a little bit. Let's get our thieves out, throw this guy out. And again, we're deploying the thieves because they're the weakest. They're almost certainly going to die in the SP explosion to begin with, so may as well have them come out and actually contribute something when it comes to just throwing these guys. And the battle begins. Hopefully we should be able to beat this. I've taken precautions this time to make absolutely sure that we finish this guy off. And there we go, we've captured him. That's the level finished, and we have a level 9,999 enemy at our disposal here. So let's take a look at the damage he did to our team. As you can see, he chewed through our front line. They were not able to defeat him, but I had a bunch of guys in reserve there to take him on. I captured a bunch of certs by powering them up, and by equipping them with powerful equipment, they were able to be on par with this guy when he got to them in battle, and they were able to defeat him. Now, let's heal up our group here, and let's de-equip this last cert and throw his equipment onto the cert that we just captured. At level 9,999, the cert multiplies the value of everything he equips by 13. So take a look at all those stats. Imagine if we leveled up this Lucifer Force to level 100 and he equipped that, and it was multiplied by 13. This is insane, and it was very, very easy for me to capture this guy. A level 9,999 character with very little time spent. It only took me about 10 minutes to get it ready to capture that guy once I had characters who were able to fight him. So, I'm going to move this guy up a little bit. I don't plan to really do much with this guy, truth be told. Let me see. Yeah, I gotta reorganize this. The rest of the certs, I'm just going to delete. There's no reason to have them. The two main benefits, aside from this guy getting a ton of power out of whatever I give him, is that he is also something that is kind of an emergency if you don't feel like, or an emergency stealer, if you don't feel like building up a thief who is capable of stealing. The level 9,999 cert is a perfectly valid option in that regard. You'll cap out at only 50% chance to steal, but the toughest boss to fight in this game is only level 6,000, so even against that, he should still manage a 50% steal rate, and stealing that equipment and then throwing it onto him, of course with the 13 times multiplier on everything he equips, that's quite the sizable boost. But again, I'm trying to do this without cheese strats. I just wanted to show this off to show that it is an option that you have if you are looking for an easier way to deal with the game. Just gradually upgrade the certs that you try to catch. Start with the level 3,500 one, or whatever it is that you're got at base of level 2,000. Equip it with some good stuff like a legendary Lucifer Force, and just gradually upgrade and capture more certs until you can capture the level 9,999 one. But yeah, take a look at this guy, and this is with stuff that isn't even optimal. If I item world all this junk, he is going to be so powerful, but that is not something that I'm going to take heavy advantage of. I just wanted to show it off so that you could see it is an option. What I am actually going to be doing is powering up stuff for all my main characters so that they are ready to take on the ultimate bonus boss of the game. That is an item god too, and we'll be seeing that in next video. So, as always, I hope you enjoyed watching, and I hope to see you in that video where we see who the true Lord of Terror is. Hope you are there for it. Until next time, though, goodbye.